Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Setham and welcome back to another episode of Sea Dogs to Each His Own. So, with all that being said and done, today I am going to do something special, something different. I am going to get into some trouble. I've got some time on my hands from the missions, and as you can see, we've got a Spanish ship following. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we get some nice ships. I'm hoping to capture something big, something powerful, and maybe sell them off. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and why not check out some of my other videos here on the channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Okay, so off the bat I can see that we have a heavy frigate. That is good. That is going to bring in some nice cash. First things first, I need to slow it down because that thing is pretty darn fast. I don't want to get too close to it at the moment, because if that thing hits me with the broadside, it will do a ton of damage.
The right side, ready to fire.
However, I do need to actually take out that thing's sails. And I want to kind of keep it in the fort's range, because whilst it is in the fort's range, it will want to try and run away. And it'll be more focused on that than trying to attack me. This is going to be tricky because it's got some companions as well, as you can see. That looks like a normal frigate there. No, I think that the other ship was a either a corvette or a Galleon. I think it was a corvette. It looks more like a galleon to me. Anyways, the main prize is that frigate. If I can get to that, if I can stop it from where it's wanting to go, then I do have a nice and hefty prize. Okay, need to be very careful here. I don't want to be in range of its broadside. Yes, that is a galleon there. That again will also bring in some nice money. So I'm trying to stay in its blind spot. Whilst I'm in its blind spot, the heavy frigate cannot hit me. Ooh, see, if that would have hit, oh my lord, the damage. Okay, the galleon's trying to shoot at me. I'm not bothered about that. But from here, I should be able to deal with the sails. There we go. That's what I want to see. Obviously, I don't want to damage its sails too much, because if I do that, that will decrease the amount of money that we get for it when we want to sell it. Because it's a heavy frigate, it will also have a lot of cannons. Hopefully, it will have some goods on it as well that we can sell off. And as you can see, it's now sailing against the wind, I believe. And so therefore, it's not really moving anywhere. Before I get any closer to it, I do want to take out as much of its crew as possible, which will in turn increase the amount of time it takes to reload the cannons. Okay, it's still focused on trying to run away. Unfortunately, it's not doing a good job because it's sailing against the wind. So this time around, the wind is in my favor. I do need to keep an eye out on what that ship's doing, because if it lines up for a broadside, I am in a lot of trouble. Okay, let's try and get closer. Actually, no, it's... yeah, well, actually, it is kind of against the wind, not fully. So it is still moving, but not a significant amount. Wow. I would not want to get hit by that. Not on this ship, anyways.
The left side, ready to fire.
Okay. So this might take a bit of time. However, this is a good prize, and this is how you can make money off of ships. Obviously, you can do this with smaller ships, such as sloops. I've actually done this with a sloop. But the whole catch to doing this is that you need to have a fort backing you up. That way, the ships will predominantly want to sail away. And whilst the ship is focused on doing that, oh, Okay, that had me worried a bit. It looked like it was going to line up for a broadside, but it didn't. That's good. So as I was saying, I have actually done this with a sloop. You can do that. You do need some good cannons on a sloop though, and it will take a lot of shots to do the exact same thing that I'm doing with this. This has more cannons than a sloop, of course. And I have actually captured a frigate, or actually a heavy frigate with a sloop before. But the whole catch to it is making sure that they are, well, just out of range of the fort. And then you have to immobilize the ship by dealing with the sails. Then deal with the crew, then board it. Because you will be on a sloop, you won't have a big crew, so you will lose out some crew members during the boarding session, as you will have to fight them. It does help if you have the musket salvo as well. I'm guessing this frigate will probably most likely have a musket salvo, and that I've just realized that it's lining up its back with me, so it does have, I think, 5 cannons on the back of the ship, and I kind of want to move away from it because it could actually still fire. I mean, at the moment, there we go, just what I said it would do. At the moment, I'm not that bothered because it does have a long reload timer due to the small amount of crew it has. But I do want to move out because it will do some damage, and I also have to deal with that nasty little galleon. That I can deal with, I'm not that bothered about, but I do need to get close to it. I will want to board it at some point. There we go, just to be on the safe side. I think it's ready to be boarded. Yep, you are totally sailing against the wind, mate. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help me either, so I need to be a bit careful here. I don't want to give this guy a shot at me, because if I do, as you can see, my ship is at half health, which is not a promising thing, is it? Come on. Am I moving? I'm trying to sneak up. There we go, that's the one. And he surrendered. So we'll take him as a captive just in case. We'll let these guys go. We will, I don't know, actually I'm not going to put any crew. I'm going to assign a captain. So we'll put you as captain. That should be okay. I mean, it is within the fort's range, and I have gained an ability. Brilliant. Oh, that is a pretty ship. I do like it. Let's get this guy to sail away. We don't want him getting boarded, because if he does, we will lose the ship. Oh, stop. It's the fort that's shooting at the heavy frigate. Oh. Alright, so now I've dealt with the heavy frigate. Time to go and get me that galleon. He is a bit busy with the other ship there, so I'm going to have to sort of hide. There we go. I didn't want my heavy frigate getting into any trouble, so I've told it to stay where it is. It is still protected by the fort, so that is promising. And now I need to deal with that galleon. So I'm not quite sure what it's up to, what the intentions of that galleon is. I'm going to try and do some more damage to its sails, because it can still move around. Try that, see if that works. No, not very successful there. Let's try it with a broadside, and hopefully I will not hit my friend over there. So the other ship that it's trying to fight is friendly. They are close to each other, and that does mean that there is a chance in which I might accidentally land a cannonball on the friendly ship. If that's the case, that means that I will become hated or at war with France, and the fort will start firing at me, so I need to be careful. simply because I am, well, my heavy frigate now is still in the range of the fort, and it looks like the Galleon is trying to capture whatever ship that is. Obviously, I have a bone to pick with that Galleon, and I do fully intend on capturing that as well. That will sell for a hefty amount of money, like so. There we go. Oh, that was nice. Time to deal with the crew. Hopefully that thing does not give us any broadsides, otherwise again we will be in some serious doo-doo. But I do need to get closer. I do want to land as many shots on that ship. I want to deal with the crew as quick as possible. Also, I don't want to convince the NPC to turn around, which is what it's doing now. That's gonna hurt. Oh my lord. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. When it lines up with that broadside. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you're running away? Is that what it is? Haha. Scaredy cat. Okay, those don't sound like big cannons, but still. I need to clear out the crew.
Right side, ready to fire.
Okay, it's still loading pretty darn fast. Also, it does help out if I can see a part of its broadside, because I will land more of my shots on that ship instead of missing out so many shots. So I kind of want to be careful. At the moment I am in its blind spot, and that is beneficial to me, so I want to turn around as quick as possible to land as many broadsides on it, which is why I've raised my sails but not fully raised them. It does help with the turning speed. So the crew's doing alright. Well, not alright for that guy anyways. And I think, I mean, it seems like it's only these guys. Hopefully that's all there is. If not, if there's another ship, I will try and get that as well. And there will be a decent amount of repairs that we'll have to do to our ship. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah. Okay, he's missed out most of the shots. That's good. That's good for me. That's promising. Yep, dropping mines. That is good. When they start doing that, that means that the NPC is more or less trying to run away. Also, now I'm going to go and try and board it. I do need to be careful for the mines. I have bumped into situations where the NPC has just pretty much dropped a mine right in front of my ship. And this isn't a ship that can take mines very well. So, careful, careful, careful. Yep, mine. Okay. Oh, I really need to be careful now. Okay, I think it's ready to be boarded. I'm gonna have to navigate carefully through these mines, get close to it, and then board it and call it my own. Come on. Alright. Don't want to get too close to that. It does have a radius, so you don't want to get too close. I wonder if this... There you go. That's what I wanted to show you. Might as well show you it. I knew it was going to blow up, but as you can see, I didn't actually touch it or anything. That I did it at the risk of losing my ship and everything. The only reason I wasn't bothered about it is because I know that when you board a ship, it does an automatic save. So it's not that bad. I can always load from the moment I boarded the heavy frigate, which is what I did. So yes, you do want to stay away from those mines. I thought I might as well include that in the video, seeing as I'm doing this and it's most likely going to be a video about capturing ships. And gonna get this guy to stay here, and we'll go and deal with that frigate. Frigate. I keep calling it frigate. Why do I do that? With that galleon. Just having a look to make sure that there is nothing there that I missed out the first time in terms of enemy ships. And just as before, first things first, I will deal with that ship's sails. I do want to be able to catch up to it if it does try and make a run. I mean, it is pretty much cornered, if I'm honest. Yo, what are you doing? Now, I don't mind being in range of its 4 cannons. That doesn't really bother me. Oh, he's shooting at crew. That's bad. That is bad. That's what that sound was. So he's using grape shot. That's it. He's using grape shot, and that is bad. Because if I don't have enough crew after boarding it, I can't keep it. Hopefully the NPC will focus on the ship in front of me. That is our ally, which seems more focused on trying to get away. At the moment, I am in the Galleon's blind spot, which is convenient, and that's going to hurt if it does line up for a broadside. That is going to seriously hurt. Luckily, it's not trying to line up a broadside on me, because if it would have done that, oh, the damage to the crew, that would have hurt. Okay. As you can see, it is trying to deal with the crew of whatever that ship is. And as long as it wastes its shot on that green ship, I don't really care, you know. It's not part of my squadron, has nothing to do with me. So I'm kind of sort of hiding behind that green ship and using that more or less as a shield.
The right side, ready to fire.
Oh dear. How much I hate seeing that broadside of yours, mate. It makes me so nervous when I see it lining up a broadside. Bear in mind, that is still a ship that is in a higher class than mine, so it is better armored, although by the sound of its cannons, it doesn't have very powerful cannons.
The right side, ready to fire.
I try and catch up with that thing. I don't really want to give it too many chances.
The left side, ready to fire.
Yep, mine's coming. Ooh, what's that? Okay. I'm alright. Yo, that is where I was gonna board you, mate. Nice call. So this should be a safe range from that mine. I don't want to get too close to it. Yo, he's dropping mines like crazy. Yo, that's not fun. Stop doing that. There we go. Yep. Come on. We don't want to give it a broadside. We don't want... What I meant to say is I didn't want to give it a chance to use its broadside at that range. That's point blank range. Didn't have anything of value. But we will still remove the captain and the crew, put our own captain on it. So we're going to set these guys free on lifeboats as usual. And we'll set a captain on it. Now this is where things get tricky, because I don't want it to follow me, because if it does, there is a good chance that it will end up following me into the mines that the ship has just put down. And so I'm going to try and get away without damaging either ships. Oh, there's another ship there, okay. First things first. Stop. because you're going right into the mines, mate. Stop that. Do not damage my ship or I will be very, very angry with you. Okay. I can definitely deal with that. So seeing as there is another ship, I'm going to try and catch up with that one. We're going to try and deal with its sails and obviously capture that as well. The more we have when we go into the town, the more we can sell. Oh dearie me. My English is not very good today. I'm going to speed up as much as we can so we can get there quicker. Where are you? That's ours. That I don't really care about. It's fairly safe there. I need to find where that other ship was and see what it was that we are dealing with. Okay, it looks like a Xebec. And it looks fairly immobilized. I think it's done most of the damage to its sails by itself. Which is why I'm just going in straight for the grape shot. I think because it was so close to the cliffs here, it has damaged its own sails, though therefore it's not a fast ship anymore. Which means it won't be able to outrun us when it wants to get away. So therefore I'm just going to focus on the crew. Or dealing with the crew at least anyways. I do want to try and approach that thing from its blind spot if I can. I mean, it is still fairly mobile as you can see, but not fast enough. And it may look like a small ship, but that is actually quite a strong ship. And in Age of Pirates to City of Abandoned Ships, that was actually my go-to ship for just about everything. If used correctly, that Xebec is insanely powerful. It's fast, it's maneuverable, it packs quite a punch as well. And by the sound of the cannons, it does have some decent cannons on it. Now hopefully, because it's so close to the cliffs, it will not use its broadside often, because if it does that, that's a scary thought. It can do so much damage. Yo, that's really scary. My ship's not doing too good for health anyways. No, don't sell into the cliffs, mate. Let's be friends here. I just want to be your friend. Yo, don't line it up, mate. I don't like it. I mean, it's got powerful cannons on it, so I'm assuming there'll be some high caliber cannons, or by the sounds of it, it sounds like cannons. Possibly culverins, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, so he's now trying to run away. That's to my advantage now. Okay.
The left side, ready to fire.
I'm gonna try and get closer to it because it is. Ooh, ouchies. Now, I don't mind its aft cannons that much. It's only got 2 cannons. The only thing I don't want it to do is I don't want it to use its broadside. Not at this range anyways. And I don't want it to sail into the cliffs, because otherwise it will pretty much sink and we'll lose all the cargo and everything, including the ship, and we can still sell it at a nice profit. I think he's just about ready to be boarded. Let's go and see what goodies the ship has to give us. I don't think they'll have very much on it, but whatever, you know. We'll take what we can get. I'm not being fussy here. It is a free ship. There we go, good set. Thank you very much. You have surrendered. That is good. That is good. Okay. Ooh. So the enemy has decided to surrender without a fight. Let's see. I can take all the goods. which would kind of weigh me down. It does have ammunition that we need, so obviously we're going to remove captain just as usual. We're going to put our own captain on it. We're going to go into the town, sell off the cannons, sell off the goods, sell off the ship, and that should be good for us in terms of money. So I'll put this guy as a captain because he's got a hat on, and I think he looks cool as a captain. Let's go into the town. So with all that out of the way, we now have a nice squadron to sell. We have some goodies on them that we can sell, so the gunpowder will fetch in a nice hefty amount of money. So if I can't sell it, or if you can't sell it in a specific town, don't drop it if you can help it. Don't lose that gunpowder because that is actually quite valuable. So it's got culverins on it. That'll bring us some nice money. What am I carrying? I'm carrying cannons, so I might want the culverins actually off of it. And that is going to be an upgrade to my Meifeng. Now, obviously, they do the same amount of damage, culverins and cannons, the ones that we've got. So, yeah, the cannons that I've got do the exact same amount of damage as the culverins. The only difference between the cannons and the culverins are the range of the culverins. They have a bigger range, which means I can approach, or I can attack ships at a bigger distance, and that also means I don't have to get close, which means that my opponent will most likely miss most of its shots. And that is the idea behind the culverins. That is why I want to go for culverins instead of cannons. As you can see, we've got a hefty amount of gunpowder. We don't need all of that. Something like that should be alright. Around 2,000 gunpowder should suffice for the amount of cannons that we have. That's it. I am partly tempted to keep the frigate, but I do have another frigate. So let's empty out this cargo hold. And we want to sell all the stuff that we have here. We don't really need anything. Let's give you the gunpowder as well. And I think that's it. That's all you have here. Let's see what the Galleon has on it. Cannonballs, which I don't actually use. Not a lot of grape shot. We've got some chain shot and some bombs. Don't really need food at the moment, so we can sell that as well, of course. And what else? More gunpowder. Okay, so I now need to swap the cannons that I have on the Meifeng with what I've got on the frigate. As you can see, they both do 3 times damage. However, the culverins off of the frigate do have a bigger range. And because my ship is only a 4th class ship, it's not very strong. Therefore, I don't really want to get too close to enemy ships when fighting them, especially when you have to use grape shot. So if I can get a bigger range on the Meifeng, it will make it that much more lethal. As when you do get close to NPC ships, you do actually have a chance of the NPC ship trying to fire grape shot at you, bombs at you, and that will do a tremendous amount of damage. So therefore, you don't want to fight NPC ships at close range. You want to fight them at distance, deal with the sails, deal with the crews, and then just make a run for the ship to obviously board and capture it. Wow, you've got a lot of gunpowder, mate. That's going to bring in a lot of money, as you can see. Sell off the medicine. Actually, I'm going to keep the medicine on the frigate because I will transfer the medicine and the food over to the Meifeng. I mean, technically, we do have enough food to last this for a month, I think. And we do have enough medicine to last us for quite a long time. But might as well stock up on that. Let's see. Let's set the culverins as our cannons. We do have some spare culverins as well. That looks better now. I like it. I love it. Brilliant. Superb. No, I don't want to throw that away. I did want to see some information on it, so we're going to swap over to... Well, not swap. Obviously, I'm going to need to put some of these culverins back on the frigate because they're too heavy. I want to take off the rum off of it. I want to take the medicine and the food. And seeing as we do have 3 culverins, I might take maybe 3 or 4 culverins on the Meifeng as backup cannons when they do blow up in combat. That means I just don't have to buy them from the shipyard because I've already got a stock of 3 or 4. And obviously after that we're going to remove all of the cannons off of all of the ships that we will sell.
Our dockyards are the envy of all our competitors.
We want to get rid of all of that. And I mean, normally I recommend that you keep 2 or 3 cannons on your own ship as backup. I didn't this time around. We are very nearly finished with the Dutch Gambit quest line, and afterwards I will be going on to the English version of the Dutch Gambit quest line.
Our dockyards are the envy of all
So
our
let's see,
competitors.
what have we got here? Alright, so he's got culverins. Sold it all off. Now we sell off the ships and repair our own ship, and that is pretty much it. Let's see what... Ooh, that is a nice price there. Well, that is it for this episode, folks. I am going to end it here, and we will continue with the Dutch Gambit in the next episode. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to support me by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And why not check out some of my other videos here on the channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Until next time, stay safe, folks.